Hello, degenerate old schoolers, and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. This is episode number... No one really gives a shit, so I'm not even counting. We're just here to watch some old school magic. I'm playing Noah. It's Xpoints 37. Let's take a look at Noah's deck. Here's a look at Noah's deck. Robots. Let's start at the very bottom. There's 4 Su-Chis, 4 Triskelion, 2 Juggernaut. Okay, robots. And then peeking just to the left of the 2 Juggernauts, or not 2 more Juggernauts, but 2 Yoshin soldiers. And attacking does not cause them to tap, and they're 1/4 for 3. And they're a nightmare to every weenie deck. Mono green, mono white. They're probably a big-ass nightmare to Xpoints in general. Even Sedge Trolls can't get through them. So, love it. He does have the white control package, the swords, the disenchants. 2 Side Blasts to take care of those 4 toughness creatures. And 2 Aleo Piles. Really love that also. You know, can finish out a game with the last few damage. Can take care of those quick... problematic little creatures, or deal the extra 2 damage that the Trike's already dealt some to, or the Su-Chi has, and clear the way, knock down like an Urnum, which Robots is terrified of. More in the control package, he has 2 Icy Manipulators. I've always loved Icy Manipulator. And 4 Copy Artifact, so he can recreate pretty much anything in his deck with a Copy Artifact for 2. 1 colorless, 1 blue. Copy Artifact is stellar. His points are wrapped up in ramp for the most part. 3 Mishra's Workshops. That eats only 3 points. 1 Soul Ring, which eats another 3 points. A Sapphire, Mock Sapphire for 2 points, and his last 2 points are spent on the Abyss. We can see his kind of specialty lands. He has 4 deserts in there. That's great. I do love the Chaos Orb that does sit next to all the Copy Artifacts. Hopefully, for his sake, he gets to cast more than 1 orb every game. His sideboard is a little bit different. Control Magics, I understand. Very tough card to deal with. Hercules, also understand protecting either your robots or getting your opponents out of the way so you can come in. Sage of Latnium get dangerous. I'm kind of surprised that they're not sitting in the main portion of the deck. But Sage of Latnium, come in, draw extra cards. He also has 2 Divine Offering to gain life off of his own dying robots. A COP Red. City in a Bottle. 1 Plains. We all know what that extra plains is for. Red decks can't deal with the Blood Moon. He also piles in 2 Blue Blasts and 2 more Aleo Pile. So I love this deck. Looks super efficient. I think Mishra's Workshop, if there are more of them out there, if everyone could own a few of them, or did own a few of them, let's say they're $20. If a Mishra's Workshop was $20 and they were readily available, I don't think they'd be 1 point. That's just me. I could be wrong. Same with the Abyss. The Abyss is just a nightmare to deal with in Xpoints. You either have a Disenchant or a Tranquility, you have your Chaos Orb, or you have another Enchant World. If not, you're playing with colored creatures, you're just kind of fucked. So, let's take a look at my deck. And here's a look at my pile for the month. I have 4 Triskelion, 4 Sarah Angel, and 4 Urnum. Those cards win me the game. I have mana ramp with a total of 7 mana producing creatures, 4 Llanowar Elves, 3 Birds of Paradise. I dig through my library with the 3 Sylvans. I have 2 Reincarnations. And there's a few ways I can play Reincarnation. You know, block, creature goes to graveyard. Creature going to the graveyard or trike killing itself. You know, pay 3, get trike back on the board. So, I had a few pullbacks. I mean, I've grabbed a few creatures coming or going to the bin. You can even swap out with creatures that have already been dead. My deck is okay with going long, has 2 books in it. My points are wrapped up in 2 Wrath of Gods for a total of 2 points. A Regrowth. 3 more points are spent on the Soul Ring, and 4 on Mishra's Factories. Sideboard, Whirling Dervish, you know, for the low black decks. 2 Tranquility for anyone that's playing fucking the Abyss. 2 Divine Offering for anyone that's playing robots. Spirit Link, a couple Tsunamis for those blue decks. Cop Black, 2 COP Reds. And 2 Ice Storms. I think Ice Storms are imperative. They're a way to deal with more than just 1 or 2 land destruction or imperative in Xpoints. Maze of Ith become very, very tough to deal with. If you're playing a deck that's low to the ground, you know, if you're playing Green Weenie, and your opponent plays out a desert, you can see I have 3 deserts in my deck, my opponent has 4 in his. A desert is just a nightmare. You know, typically you don't see deserts in fully powered versions of Old School, but Xpoints, they are spectacular at dealing that extra point of damage. So I've said enough words. Let's move on to game number 1. And here we go with game number 1. Noah did go through 2 mulligans. I never mind my opponent mulligan once, but 2 always hurts. I'm on the play, so I fire off a Savannah, followed by a Birds of Paradise. The only upside to being on the draw is you get to recruit one of those cards. He fires down a Plains and passes. Ooh, I drop a Forest, show an Urnum, but I cannot play that Urnum. I can play my Sylvan Library. And look at this. Workshop number 1 down, Suchi down. Does have to be a little disheartening to see that Urnum hit the table. I mean, Urnum is like the fucking Terminator of robots. I know Terminator was a robot. Maybe Urnum's like the T-1000. Not good news for fucking robots. Tapping 4. There's Ernie. Down on the playmat. It's that 1 extra toughness. Granted, Urnum will be passing out Forest Walk like candy on Halloween. Opponent tapping another 4. And Juggernaut. So he's bringing back up. And look at this. Swords to Plowshares. Really want that Urnum back. I gain 4 and immediately lose 4 from Suchi being down. I mean, he's representing 9 damage on the board. I'm showing off with my gold-bordered Birds of Paradise, but I don't think that's going to keep me alive for too long. So, Sylvan helps me dig into my library. Let's see if I can come up with a couple answers for the Jugs and the Suchi. Oh, look at this. Tap 4. Wrath of God. So I lose 2. He loses 2. He's going to eat some mana burn there from Suchi. Going to 16. For some reason, I've removed my Wrath of God, and there we go. Going back to the graveyard. Not a bad play. That's why Wrath of God's pointed. Alright. Icy Manipulator, so I'm sure that'll be annoying. And the annoyance begins. He is tapping the mana source down. Find a strip mine, and here we go. Chuck and Earn 'em back down. T-1000's back. He's liquid, he's metal, he's tough to fucking kill. Okay, finds his strip mine, strips out my strip mine. Yeah, Ernie's down. And the Icy Manipulator is working? It's working real well for Noah, not so well for me. Okay, 5. Here we go. Sarah Angel. Noah drops a City of Brass. And a pass. So pre-combat, Ernie gets tapped down. Oh, I guess pre-draw, Ernie gets tapped down. I'm digging deep with my Sylvan. Sarah throws that sword like a tomahawk straight into Noah's head. He goes down to 12. I do still have 2 cards in hand. I don't know how many Noah has. Oh, look at this. Into his turn, disenchant on the Icy Manipulator. Party over. I was waiting for him to rip a copy artifact and just tap down both my creatures. Sylvan is kind of the workhorse, let me guide around some cards. I'm really just a shuffle effect away from, being able to almost ancestral every turn. At least dig through my library and see 3 new. But look at that. Noah's down to 4, and he scoops. Doesn't have an answer. Need an answer for both of those big 4/4s coming in at him. So big wide bodies take game number 1. We'll swap out some cards and take a look at game number 2. And we're on to game number 2. Earnums, also known as the T-1000s, and the sword-wielding Sarah Angels outran the robots. But I'm down to 6 with a mulligan. My opponent's on the play and fires off a Plains and a Mana Vault. Mana Vault's great for ramping with robots. I get a Pendlehaven out and a Birds of Paradise, so we both have a little bit of ramp. My opponent has up to 4 mana on the board for his turn. And let's move that up to 7 mana with that Workshop he just drops. Taps 4, plays an Icy Manipulator. Wow. So, yeah. Turn 2, 7 colorless mana available. That doesn't feel good from my side. I am tapping 3. I just slightly showed an Ice Storm there. So we're going to destroy a land. Ice Storm. Ooh, straight to the Plains. Taking them off colored mana. We'll see if that comes back to haunt me later. Sometimes I make bad decisions. But I have played against a few robot decks. I do remember a few of them saying losing the colored mana is much worse than losing the colorless. So my opponent does come back up with an Underground Sea immediately. Okay, tapping the Mana Vault. Soul Ring. Look at this. I mean, he's at... I don't want to say infinite mana, because he's not there, but he's not far away. Holy shit, look at this. Copy Artifact. He's pointing to the Soul Ring. That seems like a heck of a lot of Soul Ring. Does take 1 mana burn from the Mana Vault. Can't burn that last mana. Really, he could have dumped it in Icy. Guess he wanted to use it on my turn. Okay. So, yeah, tries to tap something down. I immediately disenchant the Icy. He's untapping his Mana Vault with his 2 Soul Rings. I mean, he can come up with like 11 mana right now. Oh, I mean, he could, yeah. He could Mind Twist for 7 if he had the 2 Soul Rings untapped. That's pretty disgusting. I mean, I'm impressed, don't get me wrong. I'm just disgusted because I have to play against it. But really, he's not coming up with any solutions, unfortunately. He powers out a Fellwar Stone. Takes another point of burn. He's down to 17. The dice say I'm on 16. I'm actually on 20. I haven't taken any damage this game. I think I just forgot to reset my life total. I tap 4, and here we go. I think that's like the T-1003 or T-1004 now. Another Urnum. Let's see if my opponent Noah can show up and use some of this seemingly infinite mana that he has. So taps 5 colorless. He gets, oh, there we go, another Icy Manipulator. And a Copy Artifact. I think he's copying the Icy this time, as he already has 2 Soul Rings, a Mana Vault, a Mishra's Workshop, a Fellwar Stone, and of course that 1 other colored land. Look at him go. Yeah, tapping things down. Birds are tapped. Urnum's tapped. Noah says, you're not going to have fun. Oh, look at this, though. Okay. Tapping 3. Taking him off a colored land again. Underground Sea down. At this point, there's no sense in fighting the colorless mana that he can come up with. I mean, think if he had a rocket launcher in his deck. He could get a few damage off with it. Alright, opponent tapping things down for me again. I fire off another Birds of Paradise. Not quite the threat I wanted. Ooh. I mean, I'm 2 red mana sources away from being able to play a Shatterstorm, which would feel real good, but that's not going to ever happen. My opponent does send my T-1003 back to the fucking funny farm. And to the funny farm he goes. I'm up to 24 life. Life discrepancy fixed. Birds of Paradise tapped. Icy Manipulator, bad. Okay, Sylvan Library. That's Skyline of Nashville from the Music City Old Schoolers. Ooh, opponent with immediate disenchant. That hurts my feelings. And tapping down both birds, I've come back up with 4 mana sources. Really, I'm like, 2, 3 creatures away from being able to deal any damage. I gotta deal with those icy manipulators. So we're both on the draw-go plan. Uh-oh. Draw-go plan canceled. Scary fucking Triskelion activated. Uh-oh. Murderous. And there's Triskelion hitting hard with his lead pipe, shooting rockets. Murder motherfuckers. He takes down 2 birds of paradise. Oh, look at this. He's going to deny me of 2 more mana sources. Quick swords to plowshare, back to the Triskelion. I get pinged for 1. And just a pass. Oh, here we go. So Sage of Latinam, we saw it in the sideboard before the video started. That is the Sage they gave away at LobsterCon last year to all the old school participants. Looks good, and it's going to be terrifying because he has way too many mana sources. And he can turn some of those brown cards into new cards. And look at him go. I think he's tapping 6 there. Yep, another Triskelion. Big, ugly robot. And a fairly murderous one at that also. I just want to play with more than like 3 land. Here we go. 4th lands, hit play. Plains is in. I mean, I realize I have more than 4, but... but that Icy's doing hard work. So I get a book down. Book's good, but not great in this situation. I'm on 23. That punchy robot's for real. He comes in for 4. Swinging hard. I'm down to 19. So I can kind of work around his tap downs. I can use the mana to sink it in the book here. But the bad news is, you know, I'm out of those resources. I can't turn around and use them in my main phase or after my draw. Ooh, decisions were made. Hey, another land drop. Oh, this is bad news. Just a pass. I'm falling behind. My opponent finally puts his second land into play. Second. I know I've killed a few of them, but... Okay. Trike's in. I draw with book. to see if we can find Swords of Plowshares, because I have one white left open. I do not, so Trike throws a Haymaker in for 4. I'm down to 15. My opponent's still sitting on 18. I have no threats to show. He has 2 Icy Manipulators. I mean, this son of a bitch has been driving this game since it started. Really, with those Icies, they're so controlling. Ooh, Divine Offering. So, Icy's going away. Really, as it should. Copy Artifact still counts as an enchantment or an artifact. Doesn't really matter much here, but like if I had a Tranquility or something like that, it would matter. Oh, Wrath of God. Good deal. He's tapped out. Down an Icy Manipulator. Shoots me for 3. What if I should have Wrath first and then played the Divine Offering? I would have actually gotten some life out of it. That's okay, though. Look at this. Opponent playing out another Fellwar Stone. I'm going to pass. So my opponent's tapping... just my factory down? Yeah. Okay, strip out his workshop. So he's back to 1 land in play, and I play a robot of my own. Triskelion, meet Triskelion. You two go be friends. No, taking a point from the city, going to 17, and Psyblast. Ooh. The only upside to this Psyblast is it's going to cost him a total of 6 life. 1 from the city, 2 from the blast, 3 from the trike. And the trade-off is he doesn't have to deal with a 4/4 creature. Wow, and he does have another answer. Look at this. Juggernaut. The Jugs is back around. 5/3. Attacking every turn. Pain in the ass. Yep, factory's tapped down. A la Icy Manipulator. Oh, look at this. Tapping 6. Another Triskelion. Not too shabby. So we know Juggernauts is going to turn sideways. My opponent does still have access to an Icy. Here come the Jugs. Oh, 3 points straight in. And we have robots murdering robots. What has our world come to? Okay. Noah's tapping 4. Su-Chi. I mean, these fucking Terminators are firing out one after another now, after that slow start. I'm sure that feels good. Unfortunately, I have to worry about a 4/4 creature that wants to try and kill me. So, factory's tapped down. I do have my 1/1 Trike sitting around looking cool. Ooh, turning the Trike sideways. Trike wants to go out and play. Nope, opponent just takes it. Goes down to 11. Sylvan Library, that helps. And really with that book out there, I mean, I've had some answers. I've been playing Trikes the last couple turns. I haven't been drawing extra cards, but really I think the Trikes have been the right play. Oh shit. So control magic to take my Trike. Power moves. I mean, all that's going to do is speed my death up by a turn. Maybe 2. No, just 1. Okay, I'm tapping forward. Digging quick. I think Noah's been driving this game around. I've just been a passenger trying to do things, and he says yes or no, and then tells me to turn my permanent sideways. He's getting real good at that. Getting kind of bossy. I already have a wife, Noah. Quit telling me what to do. So I'm digging deep with the Sylvan. Like I said, I'm so far behind. We're so close in life, 10-8. But I feel like the Grim Reaper is tapping me on the shoulder, saying, hey, I think it's time to go. Tapping 5, though. Here we go. Sarah Angel. Sarah Angel's a real thing. She's big. She's bad. She wields a sword. A broadsword at that. And she has wings. Terrifying. My opponent's tapping a myriad of land, and look at this. How devastating. Another control magic. I think he had all the answers to kill me. Probably waiting in his hand. He was just sitting back with controlled magics, waiting for me to play actual creatures. Look at this, though. I swords down. I swords down a Su-Chi. Su-Chi gone from the game. No mana burn, though, because it leaves the game, doesn't go to the graveyard. But he is in possession of 1 Sarah Angel and 1 Triskelion. Triskellion's only 1/1, so not a big deal. I'm sure I'm digging deep. I need to find a disenchant, and quickly. So I'm on 7 life. My opponent's on 9. Like I said, he is still in charge of this game. And no answer, just a pass back. Wow, this is slipping away from me in a hurry. I know I keep saying that. I feel like I'm so far behind. I mean, yeah. Here comes my team in again against me. Tapping 2. Ooh, disenchant. I'm a-looking and I'm a-liking. Let me get that Sarah Angel back, please. Thank you, sir. So I blocked my own trike. And my opponent's tapping 4. Look at this, another threat. Su-Chi down. Wow. Just one right after another. So I've gotten lucky, come up with some answers here. My opponent is still killing all my fun with that Icy Manipulator. Oh, yeah, we stepped back in time. I drew with my book before end of turn. Now my opponent's killing all my fun with the Icy Manipulator. Sarah's tapped. Oh, look at this. Another factory. So now I can pump the one that's been on the board up to 4/4. Oh, yes, look at this. Regrowth. Disenchant on the Su-Chi. Really, at this point, I wonder if I should have played it on the Icy Manipulator. You know, the Su-Chi can be blocked by the factories, but I am on the offensive right now. I'm coming in with a factory. I'm pumping the factory. Wow, what a change in the game here. Opponent goes from 9 down to 6, and he's got some threats he needs to deal with. And look at this, another Juggernaut. One Terminator after another after another. I think I've ran out of after another's. Okay, so he taps down my Sarah. His Juggernaut can block this turn. I dig through 3. Yep. The card was so nice I had to look twice. Oh boy, tapping 6, could this be it? Another Terminator of my own. Wow. Threats abound. I have 1 in hand and I just pass. Okay. Plenty of defenses for the Juggernaut. Opponent plays out his second land. I've said that a few times throughout this game. I don't know what turn we are on, but feels like about 22. Jugs turning sideways because it has to. Activate. Look both ways to make sure it's not a trap. Block and pump. And we trade a factory for a Juggernaut. Does he have another answer? I mean, he needs to take care of these creatures, and I do it really quickly. Uh-oh. Okay, just a pass. Icy's tapping down Sarah Angel. I'm digging deep with the library. Play out another Savannah. Let's turn some shit sideways here. See what he has. Uh-oh. No. Oh, look at this. Tsunami. I mean, I'm tapping 4 to deal 1, or, destroy the Tundra. Okay, that's okay. And here we go. Factory, Juggernaut. And that's it. That is game. Wow. Noah, man, I felt like you were a million miles ahead of me. That whole game, I was certain you had me. Certain. Good games. Thanks for watching. Be sure and hit the subscribe button when you get a chance, and like. And we'll see you next time.